Good morning, ma'am. My name is G. Kiran Kumar. I am from EC Section B, and my roll number is 21951A0473. And my topic is Important Features of Informal Letter. Let us see the characteristics and features of an informal letter. A letter is written address meant to convey information from one person to another. The content should be comprised of words, sign or symbols, and it could be addressed to a person, group of person, or an organization. Informal letters have some of features, and let us see some of them. They are language, format, address of the sender, date, salutation, body of the letter, greeting, reason for writing letter, conclusion, signature. Let us see briefly about this. And the first one is language. Informal letters are written in a simple, unofficial manner. There need not to be a specific pattern or specific condition. They can be written as per the writer's wish and the requirement of the situation. And informal letters are also called as friendly letters. Informal letters are written to close person of the writers like friends, family, relatives, etc. The letters have an informal personal tone, casual language or personal language used while writing informal letters. And the second one is format. Format is the way and mode of which particular thing is being structured. Format here refers the skeleton of the informal letter. The format includes the address, the date, salutation, and the body of the letter. The body of the letter could be further subgrouped to include the greetings, reason for writing the letter, and conclusion. Then there is the signature of the sender or writer. And the next one is the address of the sender. In informal letter, unlike the formal letter, only one sender is started in the letter, and it is that of the sender. This address is usually placed on the top right of the letter. The importance of the letter is 8 recipient is determining the identity of the writer of the letter and his or her location. The location becomes important, especially when the sender intends to the reply the letter, so has to be certain of the location to send the letter. And the next one is the date. The date is written in the letter. It is usually situated directly below the address, and it includes the particular day, month, and year. There are two ways of writing the date. The first one is British mode. Here it includes date, month, year. And the next one is salutation. The salutation means greeting. This is the immediately after the date, but it is placed by the left side of the page. Unlike in formal letters where the salutation is usually dear sir or madam, here the salutation in informal, hence the person name could be included. For example, dear Kiran or dear any other name. A salutation is a greeting used in a letter or other written or non-written communication. Salutation can be formal or informal. The most common form of salutation in an English letter is dear. It is followed by the recipient given in name or title. Some greetings are considered as vulgar, other rude, and other polite. And the next one is the body of the letter. It is the main part of the letter. This is where the message of the letter is contained. This is divided into three main parts, namely the greetings, reason for writing the letter, and the conclusion. These three parts would be further explained below. And the body of the letter contains the message. The letters are normally single spaced with one blank. The body of the letter is main and larger part of the letter. The body is made up of one or more paragraphs in which the main idea of the letter is relayed. The first paragraph of the body of a letter should include the reason for writing. Let us see how to start a letter of the body. You should always use the salutation, dear, to being personal letters follow dear with your recipient name and a comma. Consider how you usually address your recipient when you talk to him or her. For an example, you might address your recipient as dear Kiran or dear grandma, etc. Use and next one is greetings. Greetings. This is the part of the body of the letter and could contain a paragraph or two paragraphs. It usually serves as an introduction, and it is a form where the writer asks about the well-being and welfare of the recipient, including that of his or her family and their mutual friends, where they were have mutual friends. It is also used to catch up and old times. Example: did you hear Kiran is now the president of her club? It was surprised when I heard it. Greetings. Now, since you know the person you are writing to, the greetings can be informal as well. If it is a friend or someone close to your age, you can greet them by their first name, like Dear Alex. For example, you were writing a congratulatory letter to your teacher, it can be addressed as Dear Miss. And the next one is reason for writing the letter. This comes in the paragraph directly after the greetings. It could be short or long, unlike informal letters, where the reason should be direct and straight to the point. The writer could even include other comments and topics, which could be termed as very remotely connected to the reason for writing the letters. The paragraph sets the tone for the whole letter. You might begin by asking the recipient about their well being, or you may say that you hope the letter finds them in good health and great spirit. The opening of informal letters should be casual and comforting. Now let us see the next topic is conclusion. Conclusion. This is otherwise known as closing sentence and is used to end the letter. Examples are looking forward to seeing you and send by regard to your husband. To being your conclusion, signal that the essay is coming to an end by returning to your overall argument. Don't just repeat your thesis statement, instead, trying to rephrase your argument in a way that shows how it has been developed since the introduction. And the next topic is signature. Signature. This is located at the left side of the letter, directly after the closing sentence. It is usually the last thing on the letter. Usually, in informal letter, the signature states the relationship between the writer and the recipient and the writer's full name. This is really no need for an actual signature. In conclusion, it is usual for letters to be placed in an envelope lacked with the address and the name of recipient. This is to ensure that the letter reaches its intended audience and there is no mistake made as to the address and identity of the. If you are writing an informal letter, you may omit the recipient name and address, and you may also sign in off more informally with love or with best wishes rather than your sincerely and obediently, and sign with just your first name, omitting your surname and title. Let us see an example of informal letter. See this image. An informal letter is a type of letter you would write to someone you know, for example, a friend or a family member. They are written in a style that is more friendly and familiar in comparison to formal letter which follows strict rules about layout and style. Once again, I am saying informal letters are mainly used for only personal communications only. So they don't need to follow any specific condition or specific pattern. They can be written as per the writer's wish and the requirement of the situation. As per we see in formal letter, we need to follow all rules and regulations which are there to formal letter. In informal letter, we can write for our close persons like friends and family. The formal letter is used to write for officials, for schools and colleges, etc. Informal letter is used to, the language used in informal letter is personal language or casual language. The image is showing that how does informal letter is there. So if you want to write a letter to your friend, so use this following use this above features and characteristics. The informal letter and formal letter is different. Thank you ma'am. Thank you for giving this opportunity.